stupid, go dumb, get low. Go stupid, go dumb, get low. Go stupid, go dumb, get low. Go stupid, go dumb, get low.
We go dumb in the club. The party stay crackin' when we come to the club. Shake your head. All my MOB niggas got dreads. Ghost ride the whip, sideshow, OPD having a fit. Light skinned, dark skinned, yeah, whatever. I ain't even trippin', we could do it all together. Park Downs, Buicks, and Mustangs. Around here, yeah, we ride on anything. Special ed, on the bus going dumb. We smoke grapes and pop college just for fun. Fun. Doors stay Oak, Frisco, Richmond, Vallejo, and Oak. So hands up and go down with your click. Just a slump, and it goes like this.
Go stupid, go dumb, get low. 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 Go stupid, go dumb, get low.
What it is, cuz, out the roof like that. Nigga, we ain't trippin', we down to get him up. Get Stewie on the AC Transit, that's a bus. Fontaine make the slap, goddamn, that's a plus. 18s in the trunk, goddamn, that's a slump. If you from the yay, you know what to do. And your scraper at the function. Molly G's real sick, a bay rep, I break necks for my quake and my tape deck. Since the bay back, man, I'ma slang some tracks until full time, get up in them top racks. How y'all hate that? Matter of fact, D, where the club at?
Go stupid, go dumb, get low. 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 Go stupid, go dumb, get low.
Yeah. Shout out to the gay area. Town Bizzle. Oh, Bizzle. Got it. You know, always representing where I'm from, man. This is the showcase, man. We showcase, you know, how we do it out here, man. But hopefully everybody is good, and I appreciate everybody being here tonight with me. Know y'all could be anywhere, but y'all here with me tonight, and I appreciate that. The title: Are people fit for love? Are people even fit to love? Right? This question, it came to my head because you hear a lot of people, especially on social media, talking about, you know, high value this and high value that, and what they expect from black folks or black men in particular. And what kind of motivated this shit and inspired this shit was the whole bus debacle, if you will. Hopefully you can hear me. I think we good. So moving. My screen just went black. I think I'm good though. Can y'all hear me? Anybody out there? Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Queen. Thank you for being here. Cap, Shalom, brother. Appreciate you being here, man. Final Say TV, I appreciate you being here, my brother. Aki in the building, man. You be putting out a lot of content, man. I be keeping your game, man. You touching every subject out there, man. And I think a lot of that needs to be dove into, and a lot of those topics definitely need to be expanded upon, brother TV. But keep doing your thing, man. I like the content that you putting out, man. You definitely found your lane, and you definitely in it. Definitely, I appreciate that, brother. Total Robot, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Um, but what inspired this stream though was definitely the whole bus debacle. And I think for myself, I wasn't triggered like a lot of people, like a lot of brothers probably got triggered because after you do your digging and you let the information come out on these people, these type of agents that just like to start chaos for no fucking reason. Because I'm gonna unpack a lot of shit on this shit, and it came out, that she was with a white dude and all that. She was with a Caucasian. So I really don't understand why all of a sudden you have all this energy for what brothers are doing when you didn't even find it in yourself to even marry one or be with one. She said she was with every race of man. So I don't know why you would just single out brothers. That was another thing that came to my mind. But my thing is with a lot of the women that were saying they wouldn't date a bus driver because it's a bus drive because you're a bus driver. Like I'm thinking to myself, isn't that a decent living though? I mean, it's not the most extravagant way, job, and you're not earning trillions of dollars from the shit, but it's an honest living. My grandma actually drove a school bus actually in East Oakland, and she got older, so she retired from that. Now she does like some other, behind the desk type assistant shit, some shit like that. But she used to drive the bus, and I used to get excited when she pulled up in the bus and shit like that. And I probably never mentioned that before in here, but I just don't see why women in particularly find wrong in a man working every day, getting up to go to work, or even a woman, a sister that gets up and works every day regardless of what their job is. You're not doing it. And it just, to me, it just brought on this whole debate of a lot of these people issues are with themselves. So a lot of these people that complain about every fucking thing, the man should be earning this, all this and that, they just don't like themselves. If the man is content with the gig that he's in, let him be content in the gig that he's in, that he's doing. He likes that shit. You may not like it, but he likes it. And I wasn't mad at her preference. I wasn't tricked at all. I was disappointed at the community per se. I was more disappointed in the community and how they responded to not the broad saying I wouldn't date a bus driver unless she owned the bus or some stupid goofy shit like that. But it's like, shouldn't you isn't it the character of the person that you're dating, or is it the fucking money? And most of these past couple of days I've been posting that up, and it's unanimous that women love money. It's up there. It's on a community wall. We can't refute that. So I was actually surprised when somebody on here put up a post that said, do women like money more than oxygen? Some shit like that is up there, and it was just overwhelmingly 80 something percent women love money over more than oxygen, and I was just like, I was at all like, the community that we're in. These are the women that we have to date. Um, and then I posted some other shit. See, I'm gonna go into this shit. I posted some other shit, right, on loneliness, and I posted a little small clip, and now they're saying loneliness could be something like a disease now, like diabetes or a mental health thing. So you being by yourself all the time. Yes, oxygen. What's up with you, realist? Yes, oxygen, brother. Oxygen, man. It's on my wall, man. I probably didn't phrase it right, but it's on my wall. But I posted this clip that was talking about loneliness, and they were linking it to like saying it's like a disease now too, because a person is not supposed to always be alone, right? But you look in the 2020s, right? Like the 2020s is worse than the 2010s, right? These are some of the most egotistical, self-entitled, sadistic fucks that we have running around. And it's not just women. This topic was inspired by a piece of shit broad, but it's men can be that too. I hear you, ladies. I know what you're thinking. There are some asshole men. I might come across as an asshole to a lot of women. There's a lot of sisters that probably hate my guts, and I get it. I understand it. You need somebody to hate. I can be that person that you can hate. I understand it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Definitely not everybody's brew, right? You need a different kind of beer. I understand. But I own up to my shit. I'm not always perfect, but I'm raw and I say what I want, and I don't care if you like it. I stand on what I stand on. Some people might think I don't stand on shit, but I'm human too. So my flaws are visible. But hey, this isn't about me. I'm just putting that shit out there. But um it stuns me to think that people honestly think that being alone in these times, in this day and age that we're in, is a bad thing. And a bad thing. Hold on. I knew women was thirsty for bread, but damn, y'all finna take a chance with y'all. It just, man, I was so floored by this conversation because it's interesting for one, because now you finally get the take, you get women's take on what they really and what they really feel about brothers in their employment and not even working, not even a honest living, knowing the circumstances that we deal with, but they don't believe that we deal with shit. That's the problem. A lot of people if you leave it to people on social media, they believe it's all in your head. Like we're making this shit up. So a brother getting up every day, going to his bus and driving people to work, that's a bad thing to a lot of these fucking broads. And that shit just it made me just like, God damn, can you win in this community? Are you allowed to win? Well, shit. Are we allowed to win? Are we allowed to be human? I mean, it seemed like men these days are ATMs to women. That's what I gather. Like and this is what prompted the title and this shit. How the fuck are these women that are so money hungry that, like I said, they need this shit for oxygen? Like money is better than oxygen. It's probably better than fucking breathing or living to them, right? The money is their religion. You know why a lot of these people are anti-religion on here? Because money is their faith. Those white men on that paper, those dead white men on that paper, that keep in mind is meaningless. Them white men are heavenly to a lot of women. And don't get me wrong, I love money too. I know I need money to eat and pay my bills and all of that shit. That's not all what I'm saying. And I'm not even knocking that woman. I'm not even knocking that woman for her choice because I hear she makes like 3 million a year or some shit like that, which is cool. It's incredible. Hey, that's nice. I'm not knocking nobody for that, and I'm not knocking anybody for their standards. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like the whole black woman, black man, fake ass beef war on this piece of shit app. That shit is it's like you don't have to down people to do your fucking thing. If you want a man that earns 3 million a year like you do, go ahead and get him. But you ain't got to shit on regular people that live a regular life that's not as fortunate as you. And I honestly think the people that are doing these jobs, these regular gigs every day are way more important than a motherfucker that sits on TV and just talks all fucking day. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. I mean, these drivers that are driving people that are drunk out of clubs, the public transportation, I'm pretty sure back in the day, our ancestors was taking using those before we got rich or before we got access to get rich and get these things that we had. Our ancestors was on the bus, the public bus. My grandma was taking the public bus way before we had access, but they fought for us to have access to get to this money. Now, I'm not against anyone bettering themselves and pushing themselves, you know what I mean, past their limits and getting the most they can, the best they can in life. You shouldn't want to just be at one gig. My whole point, though, is she instantly shitted on people that drive buses. Oh, you got to instantly own the bus for me to date you. Okay, so what do we win as men? What do I win obtaining you? What exactly am I winning? Because now the man has to deal with the fact that she makes a certain amount of money and you make a certain amount of money. What do I win? Because clearly women want money. They all want money. So now you put yourself in some type of position. It's like, how did you get to, and she's single. So how did you get to your position? You're single now, but I guess you were married to the white Caucasian dude, but you're single now, you're hitting 40. What who is gonna be in that level? Who's gonna be in your tax bracket now that you didn't we know now that you place people that do regular jobs, they're nobodies to you. So who are you gonna actually date? That part, realist. That part. That's all that matters to them, man. And then one broad had me laughing like a motherfucker because she said she wants a guy with money and all this shit so she can nurture the kids and shit like that. But I'm like, if all you want is fucking money, how the fuck are you gonna nurture people? Do you even know what love is? Do you know how to love? Exactly, Moshe. Shalom to you, brother. I appreciate you being here. That part, I wouldn't even want you because the Esau already done been in you and skeeted all in you and shit. I don't want that shit. Caveman already had you anyway. And these motherfuckers kill me when they have that European mind and shit. Like it's money, it's money, it's money, it's money, but you're still a melanated being and entrapped in a system that still doesn't favor you. I mean, remember them years back when Bruce Lee was putting hands on our women? All it was all on the fucking news. Y'all need to think way back when these sisters was in them salons. You can still find a lot of these clips on YouTube. And these sisters will be in the salons, they'll be in the stores, Bruce Lee beating their ass. He just beating their ass. And then they still go back in there and they shopping and shit with him. But they're telling you, they're sitting here telling you we have to do better. But has better bettered you? You make 3 million a year, but yet we still getting murdered every fucking day. We still have sisters getting Sandra Bland every day. Why are sisters still dying? Why do say and I understand sisters do die in the hood too, and I'm very much concerned about that too. But we got to understand environment. You got to understand awareness. If you know that's happening, educate your kids. Don't give them hatred and hate-filled speech saying the black man is evil and shit like that. What the fuck is that gonna do? So you end up watching or hearing about a lot of this bullshit that a lot of these channels they just be spewing out of their face, just the hatred for black people. Like the black man is always killing the black woman and all this fucking shit. Everybody is dying. Everybody is dying. Everybody's getting evaporated. Everybody's getting deleted. Brothers are dying by the hands of brothers too. Law enforcement, Hispanics, to just single out brothers, it's like, what the fuck? So they get on here and everybody knows every fucking thing now on this shit. They hit the live button. Yeah, black men ain't shit. They killing all the black women. That your fucking personal experience where you got that shit? Really? That's not. I don't see that shit. I see everybody dying out here, but that's my experience. So that would be my take on the shit. Just like what you're saying is your take. Everybody's getting killed. Wouldn't the conversation be better if we were trying to end death instead of create more black men that might listen to this and may have been hurt by a black woman to now you're kind of fueling him to want to go kill a black woman and shit like that, or vice versa for a black woman to you feeding hatred to a sister to want to do harm or pay somebody or get brothers whacked off like that what's that Hernandez dude. It was a sister that was having Hernandez or was setting brothers up with that Hispanic football player, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. And she was setting motherfuckers up. She was getting brothers whacked. How ass backwards was she? How ass backwards was she? And yeah, I know it's been a while since I've been on here, man. I appreciate everybody coming here tonight, man. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. But if anybody want to come up, nobody has to come up. I get it. Some people like being in the chat, and I feel it. I can dig it. But like I've never seen so much disdain for people, for brothers, or even men that work. That's why when I say I work, I work. I don't have millions. I work. I'm sorry. I'm not rich. I work. I know that might disappoint a lot of people because that, they want you to do better, but yeah, it's a lot of hurdles you got to do better. And I appreciate all brothers out here that's making an honest living and trying to do their best and trying to excel themselves within their work because you don't want to just work. You want to excel. You want to be the manager. You want to do some shit, right? You want to become better every day. Every day you want to grow. You don't want to just grow physically. You don't want to just put muscles on. You want to grow mentally too and spiritually inside too. You want your morals to grow too. And what I discovered throughout this whole series is that we lack a lot of shit. Like our standard is money. Our standard is Gucci. Our standard is Fendi, Prada. Our standard is Jordans. We don't have standards. A lot of these people's religion is money. It's paper. Like I said, it's the white man on that paper. That's a lot of people's religion. And a lot of these people claim they're like super fucking spiritual and all this fucking shit. And all you really get from a lot of these people, man, is just materialistic shit. It's like materialism is running their fucking ass, bro. I'm like, fuck. You would be better off praising white Jesus than this material shit. And I'm not encouraging that. I'm not encouraging that at all. I'm not encouraging that at all. I'm trying to drive home a point. I got the hammer. I'm hammering that nail in. Um, anything is better than being a zombie. And some people think that faith is being zombified. No, that's just because you just don't understand this shit. The reason why I don't talk about this shit on here is because people ain't gonna get it. People got their own beliefs. And one thing that I've never done, even in real life, in my flesh, and I get credit for this, is I don't push my beliefs on anybody. But I don't want nobody telling me fucking shit about my fucking beliefs. Facts. Because it seems like a lot of people really don't understand shit that they're talking about. They only go off what they've been fed, especially when it comes to faith. Because really, faith or your perception of it, this is basic instruments of living every day. It doesn't mean that you're going to be exactly that. I don't believe I'm going to go to hell because I cuss. I don't believe I'm going to go to hell because I smoke weed. But there's nothing wrong with striving to be a better you. There's nothing wrong with trying to be the best that you can possibly be. There are people that claim that they're in some fucking shit with numbers and all this fucking shit, but they don't act like none of that shit. But you're supposed to be righteous and you're supposed to have a whole lot of gang, right? Shit kills me. It is. It is. The dynamic between brothers and sisters is fucked up, but we see why though. We can see why. And a lot of these people in here are fucked up because they don't take accountability for their shit. So they get on here and they cry all fucking day. I don't cry about sisters. It disappoints me the fact that damn we can't strive to get rid of the systemic racism. We get on here, we fight about fucking skin tone and shit. It disappoints me. I'm not triggered by none of this shit. A lot of these motherfucking people are fucking brain dead. A lot of these fucking people. Your favorite YouTuber is fucking dumb as shit. They don't know fucking shit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But you got mindless people following them and shit. And going with every word. These people don't even know the fucking definition of racist. But they're using it all the time. And people are following them all the fucking time. These people, black men doing this, black men killing us all the goddamn time. Really? Where? Is it out here? Is it where I live at? Because I see everybody dying, like I just mentioned prior. But you want to do the percentage game. You want to do who started this shit first. It was black men that did this first. Was it black men that did this shit? Or was it a few bad ones that got on here and created a little fucking clubhouse and they put a name on that shit? And then other little dudes that this is stupid as them hopped aboard and now they're on this hate black women shit. Do you honestly think that all black men hate black women? And I know all black women don't hate black men. I know that shit. I know for a fact. The only reason why I could date sisters and not be emotional about a lot of this fucking shit is because I haven't had the experiences a lot of these fucking people on here have. And a lot of this traumatic fucking shit that y'all people keep fucking bitching and moaning about, there's other things in life that we could be fighting for. There's other things in life you could be coming together to do. We have these devices. We should be doing other fucking things with this shit, man. It should be other fucking things, man, going on besides talking shit all goddamn day about your own fucking people. That's how these motherfuckers. I know fucking a lot of melanated people are sick on this motherfucker. I do. I just didn't know the level. I just didn't know the extent. I knew he was fucked up on this motherfucker. This is why a lot of people don't like us doing shit with them and getting on their shit. It's so dysfunctional. It's a video that I put up not too long ago of some broad. I don't know how the fuck she even got out the truck, but she drove off with the dude hanging on the motherfuckers right on the wall. I don't know. She respawned and did some GTA shit. That shit was incredible. I don't even know where she came at though. That was funny. But I see why a lot of people don't like us in their spaces and shit that they have going on because we ruin it. And I can say that confidently because I see us ruining each other on this motherfucker. All we do is talk shit about each other. And then you wonder why people talk shit about your ass. Because they see you can't come together and just have a nice fucking productive conversation. It has to be you're a B word, you're a B N word, and all this shit. And then you wonder why people don't want to fuck with you. A lot of these fucking people pushing narratives and shit, and it's fucking stupid, man. Y'all motherfuckers are too fucking old, man. Y'all fucking old enough to be my fucking grandma, man. My fucking grandma and grandpa. With the gumless mother, the fucking teethless motherfucker in Philly. Like, you an old motherfucker always in some shit. You always in, this old motherfucker always in some shit. Always worried about what women are doing. This is some sick shit. I've never seen this shit. It's embarrassing, bruh. This shit ain't triggering. It's embarrassing. You hear me? You smell me? This shit is not triggering, ladies. And even if I did have a little emotion, women, am I human or no? Can I feel some shit? But please believe me, this ain't triggered. I'm disappointed. I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing going to work and shit and then hearing these fucking broads argue all goddamn day long. Well, don't. While you're listening to, I'm not listening to this shit. This shit seemed to be on every motherfucking channel. I said this before. A lot of channels I used to watch now they becoming beef channels with other women. So they're turning into that. It's a sad affair. It's a sad state. It's a sad nation to look at. You don't have to have faith to have morals. You could just have good morals. You can have good sense and not believe in shit. I never understood why a lot of these spiritual motherfuckers are so worried about fucking religion when a lot of these motherfuckers use religion as some fucking mechanism or some shit to talk a gang of shit. Talk about your spirituality shit. I want to hear that shit. Don't tell me what's wrong with faith. I don't want to hear that shit. Just like you don't want to hear me talk about what I believe in on fucking day. Because you don't believe in it. But over here, everybody's welcome, G. Everybody's welcome, G. Everybody. Agnostic, Christian, Catholic, Hebrew, Rastafarian, whatever the fuck you believe in, you always gonna be welcome over here. The real tribe. The real tribe over here. Cause like that, like the prophet brother Malcolm X said, legendary, godly, real black man, like You gotta closet your faith. At the end of the day, we all melanated folk. We all black folk. At the end of the day, closet your shit and have a conversation with your brethren and have a conversation with your sister. You can't get that shit these days, man. You can't get that shit because everybody is so focused on what they believe in. It's just me. It's just me. It's like, come on, man. Facts, facts. Let's read that out. I just caught that one. I know folks who ain't been to church a day in their life that still got more principles than the more religious. Facts. And we know what's good and evil at this point. If you're a grown adult person, you know what's good and what's bad. And a lot of these channels that project that evil demonic shit, like that just spew even the black man. I'm not just going on the sisters. These so-called melanated men, you know, these fucking the clubhouse boys that spews all this hatred upon black women like there's no good sisters out here. Because I've always been balanced. I've always been balanced because I think we need more balance. I don't think it's just the woman or the man's fault. I think it's both. I think we have to select better for us. As a man, I have to select a woman that's good for me, that fits me as a mate. As a woman, you should want a man that fits the qualities that you need in a woman. As a woman, that's what I'm thinking. That's how I view shit. And a lot of people don't take accountability of this fucking shit. They choose these fucked up motherfuckers. You see it all through this shit. They fuck with these fucked up motherfuckers, and now all men are like that. They fuck with these women, or you had bad experience with these women, and now all women are fucked up. No, motherfucker. The women that you deal with is the motherfuckers that you dealt with. Shit. I don't have that problem, cuz. That's not my motherfucking problem. That's not a dome problem. That's a you issue. I choose correctly. I like feminine women. I like soft women. So when I pick my woman, I know what the fuck I want. So if you're a woman, you should know what kind of man you want. And if it's about money, hey, just let it be known it's about money. There's some dudes out there that don't give a fuck. If you can live with that, hey, so be it. I'm not knocking anybody for their standards. But just know this shit. Because I'm going to drop the link. I don't want to be long winded this shit. Just know that woman that makes 3 million a year, how tough of a time she's going to have finding a great mate, a man that appreciates her for her and not her money, and actually wants to love and protect her, and not because she has $3 million. It's going to be real hard, and it's vice versa with men. That's why men are fucked up and emotional too when it comes to women because they've been used. They get labeled simps because they spend money on women. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. It's tough on both ends. You feel me? It's tough on both ends. It's tough for men and women because you, as a man, you don't want to be played, and women don't want to be toyed with. They do not want their emotions toyed with. Sometimes it happens. Men are men. Men are brutal sometimes, so they don't have that feeling that a woman has. So you have to be delicate with the woman's emotions and the woman's feelings, I should say. Not emotions, feelings, right? And I don't think we should be mad as men if a woman is a little emotional, maybe moody sometimes. That's a woman. That's a woman. They're programmed to do that. They're supposed to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. That lets me know that she's in her womanhood. She's in her womanly essence, right? Let's see. See what Willis is talking about. Yeah, I mean, look, I hear that. I definitely hear that, brother, and I've been hearing that. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman being entitled to what they're entitled to. Because us as men, we're entitled to shit. The whole the not entitled, but we have our standards, right? We know what we want when we're dating. My whole thing is it's not the standards. It was never that. She could date whoever she wants. If she could find, she probably it's only going to probably be a Caucasian because I don't think a brother that makes 3 million. He, unfortunately, I'm just saying, unfortunately, he might not be into sisters. He's probably going to have some Latina or some shit of that sort. But what I'm saying is, have your standards. What I'm saying is, a lot of these channels, like the crazy lands and shit, like these women that are promoting swirling and um, divestments and all that. That's cool. You can promote just you trying to find a mate that you want to find without shitting on your own fucking people. And this is for men also too, because I'm not just on the the women. Those manosphere pussies, they're weird as fuck too. I don't understand that shit, and I don't understand the whole shit. You could be a man without shitting on women. A man doesn't have to shit on a woman to be a man. So it goes both ways. It goes both hand in hand, and men can have their standards. There's nothing wrong with that. You want a fat ass, huge tits, that's what you want. You want a pretty face, maybe exotic. We can't knock that because women want a man with a big bank, with a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't shit on the whole population is what I'm saying. There are women that might have small breasts. There are women that might have small derrieres. There are men that may not make 60,000 a year, right? There are men that might not make that, but he works hard. He gets up every day and he makes an honest living. I'm not understanding that. We don't respect that no more. We don't honor that shit anymore. Serious. We don't honor that no more. I mean, there are women. When I was going to college, it was a few sisters I encountered that were going to school. And then, we have conversations during class, and then I got to get home to my son and all this and that, and I got to study. I commended them. I was like, damn, I don't have no kids now. I couldn't imagine having kids in college and shit. Like, I would be losing my fucking mind. Like, what the fuck? I'm in this shit for 3 fucking hours, then I got to go home and cook, take care of another human being. Like, I applauded that. I respected that. I don't know why we praise motherfuckers in the community that don't do shit for us, but we don't praise the men and the women that go to school, got their degrees. We don't pat them on the back. So please pat yourself on the back right now. All the sisters and brothers that go to school and go to work and do what they have to do. Just a regular person. Pat yourself on the back. That mom that's tired, but she still has to get home so she can feed her babies. But she's in college. So now she has to study too. She has to get on that homework. I applaud that. That to me is real shit. That to me is real shit. Fuck all this shit that these people talking about on here. They ain't talking about shit. Half these motherfuckers bitter, hateful, and about to die by themselves. These motherfuckers better invest in a lot of cats and dogs. I'll tell you that fucking shit right now. Cause what they want in a mate, it don't even seem real. A lot of this shit. But I'm gonna drop the link. Hold on right quick. Anybody want to come up? They come up. Probably be here for a little bit. Um, I do appreciate y'all being here. I just wanted to get that shit off, and I'm working on my cussing. DJ Divine Rising, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Shalom to you, Queen. Thank you for being here, Sister DD. Thank you, Realist. I appreciate you being here. Everybody that showed up, I appreciate that. And I get it. Sometimes people just want to kick back and listen. Right. I do that sometimes too. But I just want to see us get better. And I think we can get better. I think we have to let our community go through what it has to go through. And some of us might not believe that there's a community. Some of us might not even want to be in the community or be associated with melanated people. And I get that shit. I totally get that shit. And I'm not mad at anybody's preference, dude. I don't think that people got triggered by it. I think the whole overall view of this shit is just like, why are we shitting on people that work? When did that become cool? There's so many people that fuck their life off, fucking with, no good motherfuckers. But here we are as melanated folks in this shit that we live in, are downing people that work jobs, everyday jobs. It's just crazy. Like the comments are insane. Like, no, it's this one broad that said, no, my family's been taught to own shit. I'm like, okay, cool. So did they teach you to be disrespectful and rude and shit for motherfuckers that do work like regular jobs and shit? Cause she said she would date the owner, the bus owner, right? And congratulations to anybody that owns buses or trucks. That's a hard task to do. If you could do that and you can accomplish that. But I don't think that shitting on people that work and is trying to survive and trying to make a living. I don't think there's nothing right about that shit. That shit just we already look embarrassing as fuck on this app, like downright disgusting. I don't think we should be adding more fuel to our fire. I feel like we do shit to our own demise on this shit sometimes, and it's hard to watch sometimes. You know, it's a thin line between entertainment and foolery, right? It's a thin line between that because there's nothing wrong with having a little entertainment. I get tired of talking about serious shit all the time. I need to watch some Rush Hour, man, some Chris Tucker or something. I need to get a laugh. I need to watch some Friday. That movie funny as fuck. I need to get my chuckles. But at the end of the day, you still got to come to real shit because we in the real world. We in the reality, man. It's the physical realm, the spiritual. Our physical body is still here, so we have to deal with a lot of this shit. And it's unfortunate that we have to deal with it like we deal with it under so many different conditions. When you got to deal with your own kind, and then you got to deal with other nations. Not only am I dealing with the this person, this being that has this power over my people within a system that they thrive over, I got to deal with my own fucking people. I got to deal with my own fucking women. I got to deal with my own brothers. And it just seems like a lot of melanated people these days are just, we're mad. We're very, very mad. We're very angry. And I'm trying to use a word different than traumatized. Because a lot of people use traumatized, but I could tell we're angry. I could tell we're mad. It's a lot of brothers out there mad. It's a lot of sisters out there mad, but we can't knock each other for being human. I know women, you want us to be emotionless, some robots, and not feel shit, but That's not realistic. We feel because we're human. We're gonna feel like you. Probably not as emotional as a woman, but we're gonna have emotions though. We feel because we swing our energy and shit too. There are some brothers out here trying that want to see a difference. There's a lot of brothers out here, man, and I commend them out here that's in the community going hard and doing what they have to do. There's a lot of brothers that's owning shit soon as they get out of jail, getting to some good money, some decent money, some legal money. That doesn't get celebrated often. But I guess, people will turn it around and say he shouldn't have been in jail in the first place. But I guess we forgot that a lot of people got locked up for weed, and now weed is starting to become super legal now. We don't think about a lot of that shit, you know. And a lot of women, that go to jail and over some stupid shit. Maybe a little manipulation or some shit. How she ended up. Regardless, if the sister's getting out, she's doing something with her life, owning some shit, probably got like a beauty salon or some shit, doing some nails. That shit we gotta celebrate, man. That's not 3 million a year, but would you rather have them on the corner selling to your kids? Would that be okay? Because it just seemed like shit, we shit on every fucking thing. And might not agree with this, but I do feel a little bit of what that white Hispanic was saying is we do kind of seem like we're in competition with each other. A lot of the time, it seems like we're in competition with each other, and it's sad. It's sickening. It's like, give your hand, reach out, help. You see a sister striving, help her. You see a brother striving, help him. But in the community that we're in, you gotta do it by yourself. And I understand a lot of shit. There's a lot of different brain traumas and shit, a lot of different trust issues and shit going. Like I don't trust giving my money or that motherfucker should do it all by themselves. And we the only group that has this type of arrestive development. It's like our brains just don't develop past a certain stage or some shit. We like shit. If you ain't got it, you're not gonna have it. And when you look at other nations and shit and how they thrive off of working together, cohesiveness, bringing their resources together, their thoughts and ideas for businesses and all type of shit like that. You like, damn, why can't that be us? Why can't we thrive as people? Why can't we put some of this sad beef and shit to the side and heal one another, love one another, actually care about each other, not care about each other with conditions and shit, with strings attached and shit. Because if I care about you, I'm gonna care about you. That shit ain't gonna change. Most definitely not. But my thing is how are people going to love when they don't love themselves? How do you love how do you love better when you don't even know how to love now? You can't nurture people if if you're too money addicted. How do you do that? It's like that shit is gonna cloud your judgment on shit, isn't it? Because all you're thinking about is money. I'm thinking about money to a certain extent, but I make money. It doesn't make me. My every thought isn't money. Like I need money to survive, but I'm not obsessed with this shit. I'm not thinking money, money, money every fucking day. I am thinking money sometimes during the day, but not all day. So How do you love? Do a lot of people know what love is? Or do they just throw that shit around? Because that shit just doesn't add up. You got it's like women out here saying nurturing. How do you do that? But you can barely nurture yourself. Vice versa with men. Can't be the man if you ain't doing leadership type shit. You ain't leading correctly. So to me, it just sounds like both parties need to step up. Both men and women need to improve. I think that's what really needs to happen. I think us as men and sisters need to work on ourselves. Get yourself right. Get your brain right. And then you can answer a lot of these questions better. Even myself. I ask myself these questions all the time. How do I feel about love? What's love to me? And then I semi answer it in my head because I'm like, I don't really think I know what love is. I think I do because I love people. I love the people that I love. I just don't know if I ever been in love. So yeah, even myself, I get stumped on this shit. But I'm never gonna shit on anybody and their preference and their standards. She didn't at all trigger me. She didn't. I was not triggered by her. I was not. She's more she's more than content with I hope she's content with who she wants to be with. I hope she meets that person that's making 3 million like she does. I just think that I think people do say what they mean. And when she's saying shit like, the bus owner and not the bus driver, I truly believe she was shitting on people that drive buses. And a lot of people are shitting on people that have these regular type of jobs. And I think that was the only issue that I had. She could have her standard. Everybody can have their standards. There's nothing wrong with that. It really isn't. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to get off, man. Y'all be cool. Y'all be easy. Hope everybody enjoys their night. I appreciate everybody that was here with me tonight. Y'all be safe and just remember that self improvement is good. Improving yourself is good for you. Reading a book is good for you. All that shit. Anything that improves you, it's good for you. And stop going off a lot of what these people are saying on here. Do your own research on shit. Because a lot of these people are projecting their insecurities, a lot of their foolishness. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about on here. That's fucked up. That people have to get on here and call people out on this shit. Because as a grown person, You should know that what you're saying is not right. You're speaking from your experiences. You ain't speaking facts. You're generalizing people. You're putting them in a box. That's not good. That's fucked up. So you got to speak for motherfuckers like you and where you're from, motherfuckers like you where you're from, not where we're from. Where you're from and motherfuckers like you, or motherfuckers like you who you date, who you're around, your friends. That's not everybody friends. Not everybody friends are the same. Not everybody dates the same. Not everybody is going to speak the same and speak how you want them to speak. Not everybody's going to value everything that you value. And that's something that we need to get in our heads. We have to start speaking from our personal perspective and stop spitting from a general, stop spitting from a perspective of it's for everybody, because not everybody feels like how you feel. Not everybody's going to think how you think or act how you act. All these are my thoughts and my opinions and how I feel about shit. I didn't look any of this shit up that I was saying, except for, the obvious shit. The lady was with a white man or the case, whatever the case may be. She was with a Caucasian. Shit like that. That's obvious shit. You could get that off top. You know what I mean? You could just type up her name. But a lot of the shit, that's just my experiences and my opinion. I'm not trying to push shit on nobody. I don't want to push my opinion on nobody. I don't want to push my beliefs on nobody. All I'm asking is for conversation and dialogue for an even basis. At an even basis. Non-biased shit. That's dialogue to me. Conversation whenever we have these topics. But y'all be good. Y'all be safe out there. Shalom.